All right, everybody, let's go ahead and look at the. You're raising a hand. Don't raise a hand yet. We're going to look at the bell ringer first. I'm screencasting for Luke, so make sure you mean it when you say it. All right, here it is. So you can tell by the look of the. I should know better than to talk when it's loading. I know it's got a glitch. I can just see it. Anyway, you can tell by the look of the curve here that most of us know this pretty well. All right, majority of people getting 5, 6, or 7. That's great. Here's all the people. All right. ¿Qué día es hoy? Hoy es martes. Hoy es martes. Hoy es martes. ¿Cuál es la fecha de hoy? Hoy es el 8 de diciembre. All right, el días de, fechas de date. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? Hace frío, hace mucho frío. Está nublado. All right, so like, love, lack, the same thing. Plurals, the other part of the assignment. Yeah, so we are correct. Me falta el tenedor. I lack the fork. I don't have a fork. El tenedor. We can see el tenedor, our single subject. Falta. A mí me falta. This is what we're getting into today, the me part. All right, me gustan los tacos de pollo. Gustan, because they're plural, very good. However, 9 people did choose gusta, so be careful. If what you like, love, or lack is plural, you need the an ending. All right, it's o as a for singular, amos ais an. All right, so gusta, gustan. Encanta, encantan. Falta, faltan. Singular, plural, singular, plural, singular, plural. We see those in all the verbs. Me encanta la salsa picante. I love hot sauce. All right, me encantan. I love enchiladas too, but because they're plural, I have to use encantan. Oh, I didn't get my fries. Me faltan mis papas fritas. Fries are plural. Me gusta el teolado. Muy bien. Tengo frío. Me falta una chaqueta buena. And then, ¿te gustan las quesadillas? How do you feel about quesadillas? ¿Te falta algo? Oh, me faltan mis amigos, mi cargador. me faltan los pantalones de mí, mis amigos. Muy bien, me faltan. I'm missing it. I'm lacking it. All right. Any questions about the bell ringer? Muy bien, then. Go to your stream here. See some comments in the chat, but I want you to check out Like, Love, and Lack Part 2. I'm going to join here with the iPad and walk you through that Part 2 document. It's 4 pages, but there are a lot of items, but you don't have to do all that much writing. Oh, you can see I've been here before. Should have paused it. All right, so we go ahead and we take a look at something called indirect object pronouns. So this is parte dos of like, love, lack. It starts with a little bit of comparative grammar. We want to talk about the parts of speech in a sentence, like Cole throws me the ball. All right. Now, we analyze this, and very quickly we can identify Cole as the subject and then throws as the verb. However, there are 2 things left, me and then the ball. And these are both what we call objects. These are grammar objects. I'm not an object. The ball is. Don't be literal about this. This is the part of speech. These are called objects. Now the first object, or the direct object, that answers the question what. All right. The next thing is the indirect object. Answers the question to whom or for whom. So if we look at these two objects, Cole throws what? Cole throws me? That would hurt. Both of us. No, he's throwing to me. All right, so I am the indirect object. And then what is he throwing? He's throwing the ball. That's the direct object, right? So what is he throwing? He's throwing the ball. To whom? To me. Now, this is the topic for today. These are called indirect objects, and these are the same things that we use when we say me gusta or me encantan or me falta. The me part, that's the to me, all right? So it's not always to me. It could be to you or to him or to her. There are more people than just me. So if we look at the bottom of the doc, milk is pleasing to me. We use that pronoun me. A mí me gusta la leche. Milk is pleasing to me. Does bacon please you? We're talking to a friend. We use te. And we know this from Spanish 1 when we did the unit ¿Qué te gusta hacer? What do you like to do? And you said things like no me gusta bailar. Me gusta tocar el piano. No, me gusta practicar deportes. All right, so we also learned a little bit how to talk about other people. What about her? So if we talk about her using the pronoun le, and then the redundant form a ella, and I'll show you why you need that later. And then we have some plural forms. To us, nos encanta el español. Spanish is enchanting to us. And then finally, y'all, we use the pronoun les. Les faltan los tenedores. All right, so these different pronouns, to me is me, to you is te, to he or she or usted is le. All right, we're going to use these different pronouns to say to whom the milk is pleasing, or the forks are missing, or the Spanish is enchanting, or the pizza is pleasing, or. So here's how we do it. On the next page of your document, you'll find this chart. Remember, we're asking to whom or for whom. Spanish doesn't really care which one that is, and that is the indirect object. Now, if it's to me, a mí me gusta mucho el tocino. ¿Te gusta el tocino? To you, a ti, to thee, my friend. Dost thou enjoyest thy bacon? All right, so this is thee in English. And then le could be to him, a él, to her, a ella, or if we're being formal, I'm writing in English. If we're being formal, a usted. Now, why a? Because it's to whom, right? A mí me gusta. Notice the me doesn't need it, but the a mí does. To you, a ti. But when we're talking about a third person, especially, we should maybe name the person or say to him, a él or a ella, because le could be for any other singular pronoun. Él, ella, usted. All right. If we go on to the plural side, también, two, and then a couple different ones over here. So need to be careful when using that third person. A nosotros, or if we're all girls, a nosotras. To us, nos gusta la leche. We like milk. Nos gusta. It pleases all of us. Nos. And we can hear that in nosotros. It's the beginning. Os, to you. A vosotros, that's the one they only use in Spain. And that pronoun is os. And then the third person plural. A ellos or ellas, right? They could all be girls. Or a ustedes, the plural form. For y'all, to you plural, all right? A ustedes. And we remember anything with the letter U in it means you. To you, or, well, a ti, that doesn't have the U in it. But we know that that's tú. So, how do we apply this? This is scaffolded. You're going to do a little bit more difficult as you go along. First, we're just looking for the right pronoun. All right. In the example, a mi hermana le encanta. My sister loves to read Harry Potter books. Now, how did I know it was le? Because I'm talking about her, and reading those Harry Potter books is pleasing to her. And if I look at my chart here, to her, or if it were in Spanish, a ella. I know my sister is a she. That's to her, right? So then I can pick the pronoun le. So let's do a couple together. A mí blank gusta mucho la ensalada. All right, so we got some salad here. I really like it. Oh, how did I know it was I? Well, a mí. All right, so we go up here and to whom is this pleasing? A mí. Me gusta. So we look up in our chart, and there we find our pronoun is me. Finally, a los estudiantes. All right. Homework does not please them. Homework is not pleasing to them. We're talking about them. So we look up in the chart here. To them, no les gusta la tarea. All right, so we use that process. We use this chart, and I can leave the chart on your screens for you when I set you off to work. So you need to finish those, 7 more of those for you. And then the last part, you're going to do both. You're going to have to choose the pronoun and the like, love, or lack. All right, so this is going to be your IOP. And then either gusta or gustan, encanta or encantan, falta or faltan. So that's what we just did today. The other part is what we did yesterday. So you have to read these really carefully. A Emilia le gustan los tacos. Now we can check and see if that is correct. A Emilia, the pronoun is le. So I go over here to her. There's the le pronoun. Okay, so that first part is correct. Le gustan los tacos. Well, I go ahead and I check the translation, and I see that she likes them. And then we also notice that tacos are plural. So use gustar because she likes them, but then gustan because they're plural. Okay, so you're doing a couple different things here. This is really good stuff. There are a lot of verbs in Spanish that do this. So let's do a couple together. All right, I love fries. So we go over here. We know encanta, that's the love, right? And fries are plural. They enchant me. All right, so we're going to use the encantan. And then because it's I love fries, that means fries are pleasing to me. And I can go back to this chart and I see that my pronoun is me. All right, so number one would be me encantan las papas fritas, which means French fries are enchanting to me. All right, let's just do one more together. Here we have la leche, milk, singular. Do you like it? And go back here. Here's like. That's gusta. And because leche is singular, we use that gusta ending. Unlike that, papas fritas, which is plural, so they enchant me. But does milk please you? Now, which you are we talking about here? Well, it doesn't say. So, it actually could be this one, or this one. If I were talking to you, I would say, ¿te gusta la leche? If you were talking to me, you might ask, Señor, ¿a usted le gusta la leche? And you could technically say les gusta, but let's keep it simple here. Let's not overthink it. For you, I want te. If I want a different you, I will tell you. Like here, formal. All right? I want you to be formal with this one. That's why it is a usted. With this one over here, just use te. But again, it doesn't make the other one wrong. All right, so down at the bottom, you're going to write your original sentence like the one above. Let me think of one. All right, now I can check. Here's my subject. Here's my verb. My subject is singular, so encanta. To him, I got my a there. Al señor Pecus le encanta el café. Muy bien. So this is 5 points here. So do a good job with that. You don't have to write about me, right? You could. I could have done me encanta el café. Technically, I don't even need that. I could just write me encanta el café. So what am I checking? I'm checking this. I'm checking that. It's got to go with that. But if you write about somebody, a mi papá, a mamá, a usted, all right? On this one, it was a Emilia, a mí, a usted, a ustedes, a nosotros, right? So if you write one of those, this is called a redundant form because le could be to him, to her, or to you with the formal. It's kind of ambiguous. Right? We don't know. So I'm going to recommend that you write this redundant form. Now, why the a in front of Pedro? Pedro doesn't have a pencil or he's missing a. Because remember, Pedro is actually receiving the action, right? So the to Pedro, to him or to her, is lacking a pencil. They read backwards, all right? So this is our subject, verb, pronoun, and Pedro, he's the indirect object. So we need a in front of him to say that to Pedro, he is missing, or it is missing actually, to him, it is missing a pencil. All right. Special screencast for you, Luke. I hope it proves useful. Everybody else, that screencast will be up in a couple minutes if you need it. Let's get to work on part 2. If you are, well, let me remind you, Duolingo is due on Saturday. All right, so Duo is, yeah, sorry, Chris. Yeah, go ahead. Duo is preference and restaurant. That's due at 10 p.m. on Saturday. Also, Flipgrid 12, there are still a few missing.